Hi, this is Asean Now and you're watching the Weekly Wrap. First up, the controversy over Disney's live-action film Beauty and the Beast has reached a happy ending in Malaysia. Originally scheduled for release on March 16th, it was postponed after the Malaysian censorship board voiced concern over the much-talked-about gay moment in the film. But the movie is finally approved for release from March 30th with a PG-13 rating without any cuts. Also in Malaysia, an AirAsia flight attendant has rocked the internet with his sexy dance moves. Ashraf Nasir became an overnight sensation after he recreated the iconic music video for Britney Spears' Toxic on an empty Airbus A330. His on-point dance moves even garnered praise from AirAsia's CEO, Tan Sri Tony Fernandez. Next, a tree planting ceremony was held to commemorate the second anniversary of Singapore's first Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew's death on Thursday. Lee's favorite shrubs were planted by politicians and residents in two areas at Tanjung Pagar, a constituency he represented for 60 years. Lee had always paid close attention to the environment and had started the annual tree planting day in 1971. The constituency will continue to commemorate the anniversary of Lee's passing every year with similar tree planting ceremonies. Moving on, incumbent Jakarta Governor Basuki Cahayapurnama has intensified his online campaign ahead of the April 19 runoff. The governor has launched two programs, the Ahok Show and Kepoin Pelayan Jakarta, which can be accessed on social media. The Ahok Show targets youths by referencing dabbing and games such as Flip the Bottle and Chubby Bunny Marshmallow. Meanwhile, rival Anies Baswedan promised a more low-key campaign to reduce spending. Anies has been focusing more on neighborhoods previously won by Ahok or former candidate Agus Harimurti Yudhoyono to increase his voter base. Finally, in the Philippines, around 1,000 dogs and their owners took part in a fun run in Manila. The annual event was held to promote a more pet-friendly environment and responsible canine ownership. From Siberian Huskies to Chihuahuas, various dog breeds were seen running alongside their owners. They sure look like they're having a ball. We now head over to Bangkok with our Thailand partner Nation TV for the latest roundup from the Northern ASEAN region.
Thank you, Kuala Lumpur. Here are the latest updates from mainland Southeast Asia. Thousands of people hit the streets of Myanmar's Mon State to protest against plan to rename a bridge after Aung San Suu Kyi's father. MPs under Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy (NLD) party have proposed plans to rename a bridge in eastern Myanmar, the Byok Aung San Bridge. This was met with a large rally as there is underlying distrust among the country's minority groups towards the majority Bama ethnic group. The bridge, which crosses over the Salawin River, is currently called the Tanluin Bridge. Laos to increase restrictions over foreign workers from now on. Lao government is prepared to issue temporary work permits to foreign workers in a move to increase restrictions on foreign workers. Illegal immigration continues to be debated in a landlocked Southeast Asian country. Official figures from the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare show that at least 24,000 foreigners are employed in the country. Most foreign workers come from Vietnam, China, and Thailand. Now it's time for Philippines and Thailand to strengthen its economic and defense ties. Thailand and the Philippines have signed cooperation agreements on agriculture, tourism, and science and technology during a state visit to the kingdom by President Rodrigo Duterte. Both leaders vowed to strengthen defense and economic cooperation and reaffirmed their commitment to work together to address common concerns. It was the first visit to Thailand by the flamboyant president who officially took office in June 2016. In a bilateral meeting described as productive and fruitful, President Duterte and Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha stressed that they have a joint responsibility to uphold the interests of their countries and the region. The two leaders cited the need to address traditional and emerging threats to their collective security and stability, including transnational crimes like terrorism and violent extremism, piracy, as well as human and drug trafficking. Vietnam and Singapore, also these two countries, just signed business pacts. Vietnam and Singapore signed several business agreements during a visit by Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong on March 23rd, which is aimed at boosting the island state's investment and trade with the communist country. 2 of the 6 memorandums of understanding witnessed by Lee and his Vietnamese counterpart Nguyen Xuan Phuc were for industrial parks to be developed by Singapore's Sembcorp in central Vietnam. The two leaders discussed regional and security issues and in particular the South China Sea. Lee said that where issues should be resolved in accordance with international laws, including relevant UN Charter. The first ever floating market to be debuted in Cambodia. The first ever floating consumer market in Cambodia will soon make its debut with the funding from a property investment firm in cooperation with a specialized company from Thailand. The CEO of Skyland told media in early March that the floating market was set to commence construction within 2 months. Occupying a total of about 20 hectares of land, inclusive of water from the Mekong River that runs through it in Vihai Soa commune, the part of the floating market itself could very well cover 12 hectares of the entire land area, which includes the river water. The remaining area will be constructed to accommodate parking lots. As a matter of fact, there have been floating markets in Cambodia already, but there are rather floating villages comprising fishermen heading out to the river before the sun rises, while some boats act as convenience store tied to water trees to sell goods to these fishermen. And that's it for the updates from Upper ASEAN region. This has been me, Patsurang Desha Puttarangsi. Back to you, KL.
Thank you, Bangkok, and thanks for watching. I'm Victoria Brown. Have a pleasant weekend.